Now, we are very, very excited about going live for this class. It's going to be 15 minutes of high intensity, timely training. Now, just before we dive right into all of the goodness, I've got a little quiz that I wanted to run past Alex. So you'll see Alex is over here and she's in the boxing room and I'm in my gym today. So I hope you're ready to sweat. Now, just before we do dive into everything we're talking about today, Alex, I wanted to ask you a couple of wee questions. So if I give you a quiz on what type of marketing I'm talking about. So this marketing in particular, it's a type of communication that you do with your clients where you can actually get an open rate on this communication of 99%. So that means 99% of people that you are sending these comms to are opening them. You're getting an engagement rate on this communication that is 8 times higher than it is when you use email. And it's going to make you money, grow your brand, and improve your customer retention, and help to get people to be using, more services, purchasing more when you put out promotions. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sorry, my phone's just, I've just got a text. Oh, wait, does that mean it's SMS campaigns?
SMS campaigns. We are talking about SMS marketing. And point and case, when you get a message, you look at it, you are so much more likely to go and read what that text is rather than leaving it unread, as you often do when you get things like email marketing. So that's what we're diving into today. And we all know it's true. We hate seeing that little red number where it tells us that we've got texts that are unread. So this is an extremely effective way to communicate with your clients. And we're going to dive through a whole lot around why that is. So let's get straight into it. So today, life-changing SMS campaigns is what we are talking about. Now, first off, just to touch on what is an SMS campaign. So it's a type of SMS marketing, Now, an SMS campaign in particular is a message that you can send to all of your clients or just a particular group of your client base. Now, when you are creating a particular group, you're looking at their data in Timely, and you're creating a really specific group based on that data. So it might be that you're wanting to create a group to reach out to that's just your VIP clients. Or maybe you're going to create a group where it's based on the last appointment they had. So maybe I want to send a message out to everyone that was in for a haircut or a beard trim. It might be that you're going to identify clients, that saw a specific staff member, were in at a specific date, in for a particular treatment. Maybe it was that they came into a specific location of yours if you do have more than one salon. So however which way you're going to cut up and segment your clients, you can then go and send a direct message out to that particular group. And it means that you can make that message really, really personalized and specific to the people that you are talking to. So the reason that this makes it really good is that it feels personal. So if you reach out to me telling me something specific in relation to, the last time that I was in for a full head of foils, it's going to feel like it wasn't really just a bulk message sent out. It's going to feel like you actually typed that message out for me, and I'm going to be much more likely to pay attention to what it is that you are saying. So that's what an SMS campaign is. And now Alex very shortly will run us through exactly what that looks like, doing one of those in Timely, and that'll start to make a bit more sense when you start to see us go through that process as well. Now, before we dive into that, I just wanted to give you a few examples of what you might use an SMS campaign for. So many reasons that you can do this, and you can completely play around with whatever you'd like to use this for. But as a few examples, and you might like to use this for your own inspiration, you might do things like sending out important COVID-19 information or updates about your business. You might use SMS campaigns for something like birthday deals or, specials that you have on, certain promotions. Maybe it's that you'd like to try and get people in for a particular treatment or a particular service. It might be, new treatments that you've got on offer, and you'd like to reach out to people to let them know that you do now have this available. We also find a lot of people use them when, let's say, there is maybe a staff member that has changed. Maybe it's that someone has upskilled and they're offering a lot more now. And so you'd reach out to that staff member's clients to let them know. Maybe it's for Mother's Day, Father's Day, those kind of promotions. And another thing that Alex and I were talking about earlier today, and this is a brilliant one, is for reaching out to older clients. So those that you may not have seen in a while. Now, you can use rebooking reminders. That is another feature under the automated messages. And the difference there is that one is automated. So it sends out every single time where someone hasn't been in, let's say, for 6 weeks or 8 weeks. But if you're doing it through SMS campaigns, you can make that group far more specific and targeted. And you can also really pick and choose the specific date range that you'd like to target. So this might be that you want to reach out to everyone from last Christmas that hasn't rebooked, things like that. And you can also go back to as far back as 2 years ago. So you've got a much wider reach there. So those are a few ideas. You could also do things like letting people know that you have afterpay and lay-by, or maybe it's that you've turned on rewards in Timely, you've got your loyalty points-based system. Things like asking for review requests as well. There is so much you can do with this.
That is such a good one.
Hey, that one's a good one.
That's such a good one. Asking for reviews, like if you all of a sudden realize I haven't got any reviews online that are decent, or that I just don't have enough, ask all of your customers and just say, hi, would you please give us a review?
Totally. And maybe you know that there's a particular service that people are always super stoked about. They always give you, a verbal review after they have that. So you're like, I know that anyone that's been in for that has had a pretty good experience. So it might be that you decide to reach out to those people that were in for that particular service. Awesome. So those are just a few ideas around how you can use this. And Alex is now going to run us through exactly how you actually do that in Timely.
Amazing. Thank you, Lou. Yeah, I'm a big fan of SMS campaigns. I believe they came out in Timely maybe 2 years ago now. And ever since then, I've just been the biggest fan. They are such a cost-effective way to reach out to the clients that you actually want to reach out to, who are more likely to say, yes, I'm keen, rather than just going out to absolutely everybody and just hoping that something sticks. So SMS campaigns, they are so crazy targeted, and that's what I'm going to go through with you today and show you what it looks like in Timely, because that's what we're here for, right?
Awesome.
So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to, fingers crossed. Oh, look, you can see that. Maybe you didn't see that. Audible just messaged me to say that I have a new book. Woohoo.
There you go.
So we are in our Timely account here, and you need to be on the web version, so you can do this on your laptop, computer, or just go into Safari or Google on your tablet, whatever it is. So I'm just going to click play here, and we're going to go to messages, and we're going to go to SMS campaigns. Now that we've done that, we're going to new SMS campaign. And you can see here that I have a number of filters I can choose from VIP to has a birthday in any month of these. Selected locations, if I've got multiple locations, otherwise it will just be there. Selected staff, and treatments. I can click a whole category or just a couple in a category. Now this is a big thing, which is specific date. Now you can see here I've got ones that are in the past, last 12 months, last 2 years, and I've also got the future. And you can see down the very bottom there, I've got specific date range. So if I've got a specific date range that I'm wanting to reach out to, like for example, occasionally you'll be having renovations, and maybe for whatever reason, during the time you were having renovations, your retention rate slipped just due to the amount of builders that were in. Maybe you want to reach out to those clients who haven't rebooked to get them in, to show them how great the salon now and give them the experience that you wanted to give, because occasionally that's just what happens. So another thing that you'll want to do is that specific date range, use it, definitely give it a go. And you can be super targeted. Here I'm going back to 2018. So if you think about how much has happened in 2 years, trust me, this is a really good amount of time to go back. Now we've got has no future bookings. Now this is a very big deal, because this effectively means that I'm reaching out to people who haven't booked with me, rather than reaching out to people who have. This is particularly good if you're doing a campaign to get people back in the doors who maybe are lapsed clients. You saw that you could go back 2 years. That's quite a long time. So making sure that those clients who haven't been back and haven't booked in the future, that you're getting them in. So that's a really fantastic box to tick, particularly if you're reaching out to those clients. So I'm happy with my filter, so I'm going to view the number of recipients, and you can see here that it's got 8 customers. So I'm reaching out to a super targeted amount of customers here. I'm not reaching out to anybody who I don't want to get this message. Now, if I did want to do all of my customer base and reach out to absolutely everybody, all I would do is leave all of those filters unticked. I wouldn't play around with any of them. What I could do is I might tick has no future bookings, or I might just leave that, and it's going to give me my whole base, right? My whole base of customers who have bookings or who don't have bookings, and the ones who don't have bookings, if I clicked has no future bookings, I just reach out to them. So you can go really big and really small. And in this case, we're going really small, going super targeted. So I'm happy with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down and click write message. Now, this is where you're writing your message. You want to make sure that it's got no spelling mistakes, of course, that it has your business name in it. That's major. You've got to have your business name. And that, I know we talk about using like placeholders like first name and business name. They don't work in SMS campaign, so make sure you don't use them. Otherwise, guess what? You will send a whole SMS campaign that sounds like this. Hi, first name. I would love for you to book with me. No one wants to be called first name. So make sure that you don't do that. So definitely put in your business name and put in all the information that you want. If you want people to book online, of course you want to put your booking link in there. But booking links can be a bit long, so shorten it with Bitly. Bitly is fantastic. We've talked about it a lot. I think it's just look up www.bitly.com and you'll be able to shorten the link like that. So there you go. This is fantastic. Now this is a campaign. It takes 1 SMS with this campaign. However, I can go up to 3 SMSs. So if I want to send a detailed campaign with lots of information about it, for example, maybe I'm reopening after COVID. There's certain treatments I can do and certain ones I can't based on the law, or maybe there's things that the client has to do, like wear a face mask, or if you're in Australia, it's magpie season, maybe you want to let them know to dodge the magpies. There's a whole bunch of things that you might want to put in here. So use that SMS, you've got 3. Now that's looking pretty good to me. So I'm going to review my campaign. Now I can see my campaign here, and that is looking pretty good to me. This is another thing to mention with COVID and with what I just showed you before. A huge amount of people used SMS campaigns to let the clients know. For example, if the government said we're going to be shutting down for 2 months, they could reach out to a specific amount of people who had bookings in the future, reach out to just those 2 months of people who didn't have their bookings anymore, and say, hey, look, your booking is now no longer able to happen. We're going to pause your booking now and rebook you in the future. You're going to get a call from us or rebook online, and when we send you another message. So it's a fantastic way also that you can rebook people in the past, a specific amount of people who missed out on their appointments. You can reach out to those people. So SMS campaigns are fantastic, and they are fantastic for business closures or business reopenings. So keep that in mind. Now back to business, we're going to send this campaign, and it is as simple as clicking send campaign. And you can see the cost here is 80 cents. I mean, we did talk about being best in the market, but we really are. Now, this is my report. I can see here that the SMS campaign is sending, which is fantastic. And I can see the campaign here at the top, which says, this is a great SMS campaign that will make you lots of bookings. Let your clients book online by adding your booking link. Of course, you'll have a proper message in there, but you can see on the right side of that, there's a little blue link that says 8 customers. Now, if I click that, you'll notice that it takes me to a report which shows me which customers actually got that message. So you can see here that SMS status says queued, which means it's just sending right now. And there you go. And that is the client list, and that's how simple it is. And that's me, drop mic.
Incredible. That is amazing. All right. So just before we wrap things up, now, the last thing I wanted to leave you with really is when you do new things in your business. So maybe it's the fact that you've got promotions. Maybe it's the fact that you have new treatments or a new staff member. You've started to use Afterpay or Lay-by. Shout it from the rooftops. You can't sell a secret, but so many business owners launch, these new initiatives into their businesses, and then they don't really give them that promotion that they need to help it become a success. So give it some airtime, tell your customers all about it, and do it through something like an SMS campaign. That's such a powerful way to let people know, and you're really going to help guarantee the success of turning that into a well-known part of your offering at your business. So 100%. It's an awesome tool for you to use to communicate with your clients, let them know about the amazing things that you are doing. And from there, you will start to reap the benefits. So well and truly worth it, and start testing it out and giving it a go, because you can reach out to such, targeted groups of people. You can be really particular about who you're reaching out to, and maybe just do it with a small group of people to start with. Maybe it's just your VIPs, because you've got really comfortable relationships with them, depending on which way you use that tag in Timely.
Of course.
So that is pretty much it. Now, if you do start sending out SMS campaigns, the one wee word of advice we have is try to maybe not send them out too frequently to people, because you don't want it to feel too spammy. But like we said, okay, once a month. Good, rule of thumb. But like we said, if you're making those messages really personable and really feeling like it's got your tone of voice, your business's tone of voice, it won't feel like spam. It'll feel like you've picked up your phone, typed out a text, and sent it out to them. So that is everything from us.